Truly, truly, truly. Truly, I was neglected. I was neglected by parents and elders, and I was surrounded by Christianity. Nobody taught me how to cope with this man body thing. No one really got in there and coached me and talked with me about my stresses or obsessions. And nobody coached me about this God inside of you, guidance, Holy Spirit, comfort stuff. These two things, sex and spirits, were completely left for me to bump into walls like a bumper car. I got into so many problems. I wasted so much time. I'm talking about 40 years. So, this Christian sex daddy thing is me just trying to be the daddy that I needed years and years and years ago when I was 4, 5, 6 years old. That's the story. This is not titillation, pornography, or something to entice anybody. This is the realistic stuff that they didn't get real with. If you claim to be a friend of God, and if you can't and don't approach difficult issues, meaning like if you don't talk about your own sex life with me, I'm not going to be in communion with you. Because if you look in Leviticus 15, everybody in the family actually admits their flow to the whole family. Busy, busy family, bunch of kids, etc., etc., etc. Woman is in her flow, she gets special love attention. Man has a flow, he gets prayers. That's the reality. That is Second Temple Judaism. That's the way life was in a family and community when Jesus was a child. So, if you can't address these issues in a home communion setting, remember, church is not a big box gathering. A true ecclesia is meeting in a home with honesty, cleansing our hearts before communion. You can't pray or worship. Jesus says, if you got junk in your life, don't even come to me with prayer or worship. Take care of the junk first. And that extends directly into the communion. When you enter communion, you're entering the Holy of Holies. That, like, in Judaism, that was like the most sacred space. You had to dunk yourself in a giant bathtub and put on different clothes. You had to go through all kinds of cleansing and purifying. All you have to do for communion now is come together in a cluster of families and just be real. Simply real about everything. Hey, you single ones, is your body going a little bit crazy? Put your hand up, we'll pray for you. Hey, you single ones, or you've got some mental obsessions? Put your hand up, we'll pray for you. And if you feel like, you need a spouse, if you feel like you need your own person, it's our responsibility to help get you your own person. As it says in 1 Corinthians 7, since there's so many sex problems, everybody should have their own. That's a statement. That's just a realistic thing. One of the most important parts of Judaism when Jesus was a kid was matchmaking. And guess what? That was a really important part of the first 300 years of Christianity, because you should have a person. If they're going to come and persecute you and throw you to the lions, at least you want to have the joy and satisfaction. So, anyhow, the early Christians and the early Quakers were very real and simple about relationships. Marriage was not a big fanfare. It's like, okay, these two have agreed before God. They are one unit. Let us review and let us bless them and help them stay nice and honorable towards each other. So anyhow, Christian Sex Daddy is just the stuff, the person, the heart that I needed to help me grow and be, that I didn't get. Christian Sex Daddy title sounds weird and crazy, but it's only because I was so hurt, I was so self-destructive for so long. So, and remember, in John 6:66, or just before that, Jesus had offended the people so much, and only a few stayed with him. So if you think this title is wrong and, inappropriate and blah, 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 you can go away. But if you stay, you might learn some stuff and get some courage to be the parent that we all need. We all need to parent one another. We're just a bunch of dumb kids of different ages that come with different traumas, different backgrounds, different problems, and we need to learn how to parent each other in a fun way with good cheer. Paul says, I celebrate my weaknesses. Hey, I'm crazy in this area. I want to apologize in advance. That's the attitude of Christian Sex Daddy. And we should all be Christian Sex Daddy, Christian Sex Mommy, in a really kind and pure and excellent way. The gifts that God gave that are delightful, the people didn't even talk about them to me. I mean, the blessings of the feel-good of the body are wonderful. They really are wonderful. Just the thought of them is wonderful, right? Can you agree with that? Peace be with you.